Two legendary gaming laptops. One fierce rivalry. ASUS ROG Zephyrus versus Acer Predator Helios. Which one really delivers? On the left, the ultra-portable powerhouse, ASUS ROG Zephyrus. And on the right, the aggressive, performance-driven Acer Predator Helios. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. Let me show you what we're diving into. We'll look at price and value, performance, battery life and portability, display and visuals, upgradability and connectivity, and, of course, design and build. All the essentials, right? All right, let's get into it. Okay, first up, price and value. So, ASUS ROG Zephyrus. Let's be real, the design, it kind of screams premium, and that thin chassis with a high-end GPU makes you feel like you're holding something special. But honestly, you're paying a bit extra for that style and build. It's usually more expensive for similar specs. Now, the Acer Predator Helios, super aggressive on pricing for what it offers, honestly. You get user-upgradable RAM, plus it's a lot easier to repair or tweak down the line. The catch? It's a little chunkier, which dents the whole take-it-everywhere feel. Oh, and in this round, the Helios gets the value crown for being friendlier on your wallet. Next, performance. And this is where it gets spicy. The ROG Zephyrus can actually go up to an RTX 5080 GPU, which is like wild for how slim this thing is. You're looking at, what, sometimes 44 to 60% better FPS in recent benchmarks? So even if you push it hard with CPU, GPU heavy tasks, it still keeps up. The only downside, sometimes if you're absolutely maxing it out, things get a little toasty. Though, honestly, not worse than any other thin gaming laptop. Now, the Predator Helios is no slouch. It can go RTX 5070 Ti on the Neo 16S. And wow, its multi-core CPU performance really shines too. The thing is, that GPU is a bit power limited, so you're not squeezing every last drop out of what it could do. But for most folks, both are blazing fast. Zephyrus just edges out the win if you want the best gaming horsepower. All right, rolling into battery life and portability. Because who actually wants to be chained to a wall, right? So the Zephyrus is like crazy light for a 16-inch laptop, around 1.95 kilograms. It's basically 650 grams lighter than the Helios. So if you're always on the move, that matters. Plus, battery life, it lasts noticeably longer for everyday stuff. So you can actually get work done at a cafe without playing find the nearest socket. Downside, if you're gaming hard, don't expect miracles. Helios, on the other hand, big battery, but the extra heft means it's not a true go-anywhere device, and you'll still want to keep that power brick close. So yeah, Zephyrus totally takes this category for ultra portability and solid unplugged use. Oh, and here's something cool. Did you know the ROG Zephyrus G16 can outperform some previous gen RTX 4090 laptops in GPU-heavy games? Yeah, seriously. For something so thin, that's kind of bonkers. Now, let's talk displays, because, I mean, your eyeballs deserve the best, right? The Zephyrus fires back with a 16-inch OLED, super color accurate, and higher res than you'd expect. Plus, the bezels are thinner. Makes the whole thing feel more premium and immersive. Only thing is, you're capped at 240 Hz. The Helios, though, that thing can crank up the refresh rate to 250 Hz, and get this, a mind-blowing 1000 nits brightness. Literally double what the Zephyrus does. It's your classic gaming panel. Big, bold, maybe a bit bulkier. Overall, depends what you want. Zephyrus for OLED magic with style. Helios for those who chase raw speed and brightness. It's honestly too close, so I'm calling this one a tie. Time to nerd out on upgradability and ports. Zephyrus has almost every premium port you'd want. Thunderbolt 4, USB 4, HDMI 2.1. All the good stuff. But here's the rub. RAM expansion is, kind of locked down. All in the name of keeping it slim. Also, not many legacy ports, so good luck with, like, that old USB drive. Now the Helios? Total opposite. User upgradable RAM up to 64 gigabytes. And there are those classic full-size USB-A ports everywhere. Big win if you have tons of peripherals or want to tinker inside. Only real bummer is Thunderbolt can be missing based on region. But for most folks, this thing is a modder's dream. Helios definitely runs away with it on upgradability. And last up, let's talk design and build. The Zephyrus is a gorgeous, super premium, subtle RGB, compact body. It's one of those laptops that looks good in a boardroom but still says, yeah, I game. Only catch, on some colors, you might notice fingerprints. But otherwise, top tier. The Helios is classic Predator. Tough, bit edgy, businesslike, but with personality. It's not ugly, just, well, a bit bulky for a 16-incher. And it's got those gamer cues you either love or hate. For pure looks and feel, Zephyrus wins by a mile. No debate. Here's the radar chart stacking up both laptops across all of those categories. We've got some tight races and some, total landslides. Let's wrap this up. So where does all this leave us? Basically, if you're after the best combo of power, portability, and that killer display, the ROG Zephyrus G16 2025 is the pick, hands down, especially for anyone who travels or just wants something stylish and speedy. But if your thing is max value and being able to swap out parts or keep your laptop running for years, the Predator Helios is an absolute beast for the price. Both are impressive. Just depends on whether you want to tinker or travel more. Either way, you can't go wrong. Want more head-to-head laptop showdowns? Sign up to get expert picks on the best gaming